Okay, so today we're having a look at the mod Sci-Fi, Samurai, and Katana. Now, just a couple things I have noticed testing this stuff out. I'm not sure if this is just a my game problem, because I do know that unfortunately when testing mods, sometimes I'll have problems that other people don't have, and then vice versa. I've had people say they've had problems that I haven't encountered. So that's just to know if you do encounter these same problems as I have on here. Just let me know, or again, if you don't, as if you do or don't. But anyway, so as is with this mod, obviously, so we've got the armor and the weapons. But I'll go these first. So these are like literally just little stands. So these are essentially junk items, but I must say they are cool in that sense of their display items. So yeah. So obviously, yes, we've got the gold, a heated. I kind of would have thought that would have been blue. Also, you can't customize these, as is seen. These are junk items, so kind of a shame there. I've got the red and the silver. And so for the armor, now this is the thing where I have ran into the problem with, is so you can still see here the what you call it. So I've coloured all the options yellow, but on my own armor, it's like it hasn't some. Although you can still see there, well, we've got blue. Well, the colours are showing up is it like so yellow, red, blue, and the pink. So obviously there are, I think I'm quite sure there's about 5 colours. I didn't actually write down how many slots there was, but some of the colours aren't showing for some reason. Do I have that? Oh yeah, I do have the little yellow symbol there. But yeah, so as is, those aren't actually, for me it seems like there isn't showing up. Obviously we've got some clipping there. And these helmets, obviously my helmet and that helmet is essentially identical. Unfortunately enough, I have changed the color, and same sort of thing, it has not changed. So as is, this is the male version and female version. The only difference in like the back here is, well, what's going on there? Okay, bizarre. Anyway, let's continue on from that one. So the only real difference is obviously the back part here is a bit. It's essentially wider for the male and thinner for the female, sort of thing. So not too much difference. Unfortunately enough, as you can still see there is clipping issues there. Now with the stats of it, I will say I will show in the Pip-Boy menu just to show and point out, because it is very weird on what's going on. And then these are the little, the little sort of flag sort of things. That's obviously the Minutemen, the Raiders, the Brother of Steel, Railroad, Cape. Wait, is it Game Labs? I was thinking it was Cape Labs. Anyway, yeah, so Game Labs and the Institute one. I must say as well, it's kind of bizarre not seeing the Enclave, because most mods with factions and that, you always normally have the Enclave. I will say it's kind of bizarre they don't have that one. I'm so used to seeing it. So anyway, let's get on to, well, actually, yes, as is for the actual weapon. So as is for the Katana, as is without any upgrades, you've got essentially 50 damage, as is not too bad, as we'll sort of show here. Another weird thing is, again, this is one of these where it doesn't actually change. Well, it does actually change, but you don't have the green glow, which is good. As we can still see there, that's the glow is literally just in that handle part and slightly up the top. Actually, I will say that there's not as many colors I kind of thought there would have been on these, unfortunately. Katana animation, there is no other option. I don't know honestly why that is an option for. Obviously got the blade. Same here like with the blade color. I was kind of hoping we'd have like multiple colors, since we've only got like the 4 colors. It is a massive shame, because I was going to do like the black blade and like the red glow sort of thing. And obviously here unsharpened, you got the 3 different damages. Essentially, do that as you wish. Let's get out of that one. And now, so before we actually look at the more or less we kind of can look at that with customizations. These here, these are the back ones. I will be showing them individually. They are more or less just, well, aesthetic. They don't actually have what do you call it? Actual damage numbers or anything. Like, they don't provide anything. They're literally just there for as is aesthetics. But anyway, for the look at the first part. So as is looked at those flag ones, or already said about that. So yes, with the helmet, as you can still see here with the helmet. So this MS thing at the bottom, I'm not exactly sure with that one, but for what I've seen and sort of understanding, it's that little bit of the circle there between the forks or thing there. That's what I'm understanding that changes. And so the helmet material, so obviously I've got it blue, but it's silver or grey. What do you want to count that color as? Like, you can do it red. Like, I tried it as red, and obviously here we got upgrades and that. Now, I'm not going to touch on the armor stuff right now, because as is, I will show here in a minute. The very weird thing with the armor it's showing. So, I mean, with any upgrades, it will show. Actually, no, it's not the helmet; it's the actual armor. But yeah, if we go back out, as you see there, that little thing there is pink, as is a little bit. The textures isn't spot on, so to speak, but also, yes, so I've chosen red as material for the helmet, and it does not seem to have done anything. If we take everything else off, and you see there is literally, so well, except for the visor, should take the shield visor thing off. So yeah, nothing there is changing. So yes, unfortunately enough, the helmet is bugged. And then what is the next one? So as is for the katana, that is also the one that is normally on the back. As is that's as the same sort of thing. You can change either the blade or the sheath color. The loincloth, as the same sort of thing. There's only one option there, which is only for the colors. The actual outfit. Now, as is, this is the thing. So you've got the one. So yeah. So with that, it's like the arms and stuff. I've got it as green. We chuck that back on. Also, gloves have no upgrade. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything green. So that's one thing there. So it's like, in terms of on this, technically, although actually no, I think the belt I think is always red. But in terms of colours, I've only got like yellow, blue, and pink, technically. Or at least that's what I'm seeing. Or even if we do say red, that's 4. And then obviously here in the actual upgrade stuff, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 2 that are essentially missing. These, what are those? The emis things. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, those I think aren't actually showing up. Although again, see, I've got the body material as red. So if we actually switch that to say yellow, actually no, do blue. Yeah, so that is actually the what to call it? The belt. That's what I'm thinking of. I will say, yes, this isn't exactly how I do my normal ones. It's just kind of not actually too much to cover here, but it's it's a bit weird, some of this stuff. I will say it's I don't know how you'd say it, but yeah, there's kind of a lot to go through, sort of thing. Like, and I'm just as is trying to show the actual bits like here on the armor that's sort of bugged out, but as well with the armor that's bugged out. So take everything off, and this is where I really don't know on terms of damage and stuff. Is so if we look at the flag by itself, so it says it provides the 6 damage and the 15 energy, so that's fine. The glove, same thing, it shows accurate. Helmet, not so much. Now the helmet is saying in the actual Pip-Boy that it should be giving 40 damage resist and 20 energy, radiation resist, but in the actual armor slot down below, or if we have a look, and as this is where it's really weird, if you look here of the actual damage it's giving, that's like only 15. So we're losing like about 25 damage. The katana, same thing, it's perfectly fine. Loincloth, fine. The armor or the outfit, same thing. With that, you're losing like about 70. Yeah, about 70 damage resist. Shield's fine. So yeah, that's where it's kind of weird. Although I will say this may be what it is actually this. Well, again, if we look here, like even without any damage upgrades, it's saying the 110. We do the first upgrade saying 150, and max sort of upgrade that's 270. So I can't give a accurate what would you call it? Sort of accurate answer to the damage, I will say, for that, because yes, this is by all means bugged. Quite a bit of this seems to be bugged, as is stuff with like, well, we've got clipping issues. As is certain colors doesn't seem to be working, or that could also be clipping problems, is why the colors aren't showing properly. What was it? Yeah, so clipping, colors, and damage numbers not showing properly. So 3 problems. Hopefully it's going to be a easy-ish fix for that sort of thing, as is, because this is cool. Obviously it doesn't exactly fit in Fallout 4, but I mean, we did have that one dude back in Fallout 3, the samurai dude back in the Alien DLC, I'm quite sure. So technically samurais do fit in the Fallout, kind of. So that's just one thing there. And actually, before we finish up, two things is the visors or the shields. So you've got 4 options, or technically 5 with it off. So you've got display 1, which is essentially default, display 2, 3, and 4. So there's all that changes is a slight bit on the sort of symbol thing that you get. So anyway, so switch back to our sort of normal uniform. Still got the visor on, lovely. So for these sort of things, so we've got the Katana full sheath, so that's obviously on the back there, so how that goes. And we got the as a backpack, so it goes onto the left side, and then we've got it for going on sort of on your hip sort of thing. I will say, still, unfortunately enough, is this is where it doesn't make sense. I'm quite sure it's kind of Fallout 4's problem, not actually problem, but seeing we don't actually have animations of pulling the swords out properly, like I think we did in the older, like Fallout 3, I think it might have been. Like, it would actually show you getting the weapons and stuff on like the 10mm pistol sort of thing that was like on your hip sort of thing. So that is one problem there. And obviously the sheath is just the sheath, so I'm not exactly going to be showing that. But as is, hope everyone has enjoyed. And yes, unfortunately enough, I can't give that accurate number rating sort of thing on the actual damage and all that. But as is, hopefully those few things do get fixed. I'm always failing that mission, unfortunately. That's always going on in the background at times. But yes, as is, very quickly, it's the clipping, the colors, and the damage numbers are essentially the 3 things that I've found. If you do download this, and as is, let me know if you do run these problems or if you don't, because as is, I don't know why I'm getting this problem, because as I said in the beginning, sometimes I might get problems that no one else gets, and other times people get problems I don't get with mods. So just as that. But anyway, as is, hope everyone has enjoyed, and I shall see everybody next time.